Welcome to another video, guys, and today, why is Cadillac joining F1? That's a good question. They announced like a year ago, and low-key, I think this is going to be interesting. I don't think it could go well, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. What's your thoughts? And let's get on with the video. This is from Formula Addict. Go check them out. Link in the description below, other channel. And let's get on with it.
The team said no, Formula One said no, but Cadillac didn't care. Two bases, $1 billion. For the first time in 10 years, a brand new manufacturer is joining Formula One. And they're not just fighting the stopwatch, they're fighting the system. This is the story of Cadillac, America's newest hope in the world's fastest sport, and one of the biggest gambles in modern F1 history. Because this isn't just about racing. It's about proving that America belongs at the top of global motorsport. Cadillac and General Motors are betting
I'm sorry. I live in America. I live in Texas. Maybe.
$1 billion that they can build a team capable of beating Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari on their very first try.
I can see Red Bull. Oh, first try. Ooh.
But the question is simple. Can money buy speed?
The stakes.
For Cadillac, the stakes couldn't be higher. They're investing over $1 billion to create a team
That's
capable of
wild.
fighting the best in the world. And that's just to get started. If the project fails, they don't lose just money, they lose credibility. Because this isn't a private outfit that's just taking a shot in the dark. This is General Motors, one of the biggest car manufacturers on Earth. The company behind Chevrolet, GMC, and Cadillac. A brand that built its name on American prestige. And now, the name will go will to will with Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. If it works, Cadillac could do something no American team has ever done. Become a true World Championship contender in Formula One. Imagine a GM-built power unit winning at Monaco with an American flag above its garage. For General Motors, it's a chance to transform a road car giant into a global motorsport powerhouse. And for Andretti, Cadillac's technical partner of the project, it's the final step in a journey that began almost 50 years ago, when Mario Andretti became America's last Formula One world champion in 1978. Now his family's name is back, carrying the weight of a dream. For Cadillac and Andretti, this isn't just a business move, it's legacy, to prove that America can win in Formula One again.
The $1 billion breakdown.
$1 billion. It's a number that almost sounds impossible, until you realize how quickly Formula One can make it disappear. So where does Cadillac's money go? The team is funded by General Motors, the global automotive giant, and TWG Global, an investment group with stakes in everything from LA Dodgers to Chelsea Football Club. But behind all sits Andretti Global, the original driving force behind the project. They handed Cadillac the naming rights, but they're still deeply involved. In fact, Cadillac's future home base in Fishers, Indiana is built on Andretti-owned land. Now, that $1 billion number, nearly half of it, $450 million, vanished before the team had even turned a veil. That was the dilution fee, the price Cadillac had to pay just to join the grid. When the news first broke that a new team wanted in, the existing 10 teams weren't happy.
Yeah, because like 20 drivers, that's good. That's good. That's solid. We don't need any more because it can go to chaos and a bunch of stuff. Oh, I don't know. Leave a comment below. What are your thoughts on Cadillac joining? Like, 2026 is gonna be a good grid. There's gonna be 22 drivers now because Stake is getting replaced by Audi. Ooh.
More teams meant less prize money for everyone, so to keep the newcomers out, FIA raised the entry fee from $200 million to $450 million. Cadillac paid it anyway.
$250 million. Jeez. So I remember this. I think I was in 12th grade or 11th grade at the time. It was like late 11th grade, and that was like 2 years ago. And I remember this happening. I would always go to someone like he was the police officer there, and we'd always talk about F1 because we were both F1 fans. And we would talk about it. We weren't getting much news and all that stuff. I would try to pay attention to the news and try to read it and what's happening. Because I mainly, of course, watch the races and stuff, and that's what an average F1 fan, they don't, like, read the articles and all that stuff. I don't know. I feel like Cadillac is going to be, like, a mid-tier team, like Alpine or Aston. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. They can prove me wrong. They can prove me wrong, right? I don't know.
But that was only the beginning. Another $150 million has gone into building a new state-of-the-art facility in Concord, North Carolina. The heart of Cadillac's future power unit operation, set to be finished by early 2027. Meanwhile, most of the car's manufacturing and assembly happens in Fishers, Indiana, at Andretti's new Global Motorsports HQ. There's also a smaller base in Warren, Michigan, and the crucial outpost in Silverstone, England, where Cadillac's race team and chassis design work are already underway. Why Silverstone? Because it's deep inside UK's legendary motorsport valley, home to 9
that's
out of
where
10 existing.
That's where Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, and I know one other team, Aston Martin.
F1 teams. By setting up shop there, Cadillac can recruit top-tier engineers without forcing them to move halfway across the world. And then there's
Which is
development.
smart. That's smart.
Cadillac has secured access to Toyota's F1 wind tunnel in Cologne, Germany, one of the best in the world. It's where their first aerodynamic concepts will come to life. But all of this infrastructure costs more than just money. It costs people. Unlike Red Bull or Mercedes, who've had decades to refine their staff, Cadillac started from zero. They've been hiring at an incrediable rate, over 400 employees by mid-2025.
Dang.
Already more than Haas, and growing by the day.
I feel like Haas... I don't know.
Two top engineers away from rival teams, Cadillac has had to pay above average salaries. It's expensive, but it sends a message. They're not just here to exist, they're here to compete. Between the facilities, the staff, the wind tunnel, the entry fee, Cadillac's billion-dollar budget isn't the headline, it's a necessity. Because in Formula 1, standing still costs you everything.
Yep.
You can build the best facilities in the world, but in Formula 1, it's the people who make the car fast. Cadillac knows that. And from the very start, they have spent big, not just on buildings or technology, but on people. Former Virgin F1 boss Jerome Loudon was hired as team principal in late 2024, a man with experience managing underdogs and a reputation for building organizations from scratch. His first job? Find drivers who could lead Cadillac into battle from day one. He spoke to rookies, veterans, and free agents, but ultimately he wanted experience. And that's where Cadillac's first major signings came in. Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez.
This is a solid pairing. Leave a comment below what's your thoughts on this pairing. Perez, for you guys to know, this is Sergio. He's a Mexican driver. Love the guy. I love him. He's classic. Same with Valtteri Bottas. I love him too. He was on Mercedes, and then Sergio, he was Red Bull, and then he was Alpine. Was he Aston Martin and McLaren? I don't remember. Where's that? What's it called? Valtteri Bottas was Alfa Romeo. Or is one of them? I know that. But, yeah, no, this is a solid pairing. Very good experience. They've won plenty of races. So I think this is a good, solid pairing. It's not like they brought a bunch of rookies like Haas. I like Haas. But they're gone. They have Esteban Ocon and Oliver Behrman, which is they are involvement with the young, which is nice though.
Between them, 20 Grand Prix wins, over 130 podiums, and the decade spent inside the sport's
the two major teams two dominant teams. And I think this is going to be a good, solid pairing, low-key.
Dominant teams.
It's just how Mercedes, the car performs. I'm just curious.
And Red Bull. Together, they bring over 2 decades of F1 experience and more than 350 race starts. For a brand new team, that's gold. But here's where things get complicated. Because there's a third name in the mix, and his story could change everything. Colton Herta, an IndyCar race winner, and Andretti's longtime golden boy. He's fast, fearless, and American. The perfect driver to become the face of Cadillac's F1 dream. But there's just one problem. He doesn't yet qualify to race in Formula 1. The FIA requires 40 super license points to enter F1, and despite all his IndyCar success, Herta doesn't have enough. So Cadillac are sending him back, not to IndyCar, but to Formula 2. The Junior Series, a level below F1. If he finishes 10th with a few F1 practice runs, he'll earn the points he needs for 2027. It's a bold move, and a little humiliating for a proven IndyCar star, but it just shows how determined Cadillac are to get him on.
They want to
which
perform well.
brings us a fascinating subplot. Bottas and Perez might have multi-year deals, but those contracts likely include team options, meaning if Herta earns his license, one of them could lose their
That's
seat.
what sucks, because, like, Sergio and Valtteri, they're both really good racers. They're both solid, good racers. And I didn't even know this till now. I don't really keep up with the news. I should, but that sucks.
From the very first race in Melbourne, the battle inside Cadillac will be fierce as one the outside. For Bottas and Perez, every
Hold on, I'll be right back.
for a proven
I don't know
IndyCar
why I
star,
restarted
but
us.
it just shows how determined Cadillac are to get him on the grid. Which brings us a fascinating subplot. Bottas and Perez might have multi-year deals, but those contracts likely include team options, meaning if Herta earns his license, one of them could lose their seat. From the very first race in Melbourne, the battle inside Cadillac will be fierce as one the outside. For Bottas and Perez, every result matters. They're racing to keep their jobs. And for Herta, 2026 is about proving that he can carry America's hopes into Formula 1. Together, these three drivers represent the heart of Cadillac's gamble. Experience, talent, and legacy, all fighting to make America competitive again in the world's toughest sport.
I mean, Haas is American, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
For Cadillac, just getting to Formula 1 was a victory in itself, because make no mistake, the road here was brutal. From day one, Sports Elite tried to keep them out. When Andretti first launched their Formula 1 project back in 2021, the idea was simple: buy an existing team and bring American racing back on the grid. They approached Sauber, then Haas, but both deals collapsed. Undeterred, Michael Andretti filed a new application directly to FIA in 2022 to create a fresh independent team. But Formula 1's power brokers pushed back hard. Teams like Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari didn't want an 11th entry taking a share of the prize pool. Toto Wolff said it plainly: why should we give up a part of our revenue for someone new? Andretti's bid was rejected. 1 year later, they came back, this time with a heavyweight partner, General Motors. The plan? A joint team called Andretti Cadillac. The FIA approved the project, but Formula 1 itself said no. Another year of lobbying followed, debates in boardrooms, calls with Liberty Media, pressure from politicians and fans, until finally in November 2024, the tide turned. Cadillac's bid was accepted. The 11th team on the grid was official. But it didn't happen because F1 wanted them. It happened because they refused to give up. For all the billion-dollar investment, Cadillac's debut season will be a reality check. Every new team dreams big, but Formula 1 is brutal. Success isn't built in one day, or even a year. Despite Cadillac's incredible resources, they're starting behind everyone else. When the lights go out in Melbourne 2026, Cadillac will be the first team in nearly a decade to enter Formula 1 from scratch, and history shows how hard it is. When Haas joined in 2016, they shocked everyone by scoring points on debut, but that was thanks to their Ferrari partnership. They bought as many components as the rules allowed: suspension, gearbox, engine, everything short of the chassis itself. Cadillac are following a similar playbook. For their first 4 seasons, they will run Ferrari customer power units. That gives them reliability and proven performance right out of the box. But it also means limitations. They can't fully control how the engine integrates over their own chassis design, cooling system, or aerodynamics. Combine that with their late start in development. Much of 2025 was just spent building facilities and hiring staff, and it's clear Cadillac will enter the 2026 season on the back foot. The expectation: finishing races, gathering data, and building foundation. Anything more than that, points finishes, beating an established team, would be a pleasant surprise. Realistically, Cadillac will be battling near the bottom, 9th or 10th in the constructors' standings. But within that context, they've made a very smart call within their driver lineup. Their drivers are veterans of winning dynasties. Bottas from Mercedes, Perez
So they
from
don't really have, which is good, because if they had like a rookie, it's gonna give them, like with Haas. If you guys don't remember, back in the day, Kevin Magnussen and Roman Grosjean, they crashed a lot, which probably led Haas down a road like bad. And I'm surprised they're not out of the grid, but which is good because there will be probably some crashes, but not as many. And since they have experience with the drivers themselves, I think this is gonna be a pretty solid team. If they can beat Haas and Williams, then they have a pretty solid team, to be honest, and maybe Alpine.
Red Bull. Two men who have seen exactly what a World Championship operation looks from the inside. They know what excellence feels like, they know how a team operates at the limit, and now Cadillac can lean on the knowledge to shape their own future. Both drivers are famously consistent, fast, composed, and intelligent. They don't crash often, they don't make reckless moves, and they bring the car home.
Exactly.
For a new team, that stability is priceless. It's a safe, calculated move. So while the world will judge them by lap times, Cadillac's real victory in 2026 might be something else entirely. Building a solid foundation that can transform them from underdogs into...
And that's what Haas made a mistake of, I think. They wanted to believe in the young, which is understandable. But for them, I guess at the time, maybe not even the young, it's just... I actually don't know.
Contenders.
I mean, Oliver Behrman's crushed it this year, I think. He's doing a good job at his age and everything.
Years ahead.
What's your thoughts? Leave a comment below. And y'all better subscribe so we can hit
Beyond the
100k
stopwatch
subscribers.
standings, Cadillac's Formula 1 project is about something far bigger than the lap times. It's about identity. Because when Cadillac joins the grid, they won't just be another team. They will be the first truly American Formula 1 team in decades. Surely, Haas carries the US flag, but much of their operations run through Europe. Cadillac's approach is different. It's decentralized, but proudly American at its core. Their global network stretches across 4 countries. The main headquarters under the construction in Fishers, Indiana, a Formula 1 base in Silverstone, England, a power unit facility in Charlotte, North Carolina, and an engineering support from General Motors Technical Center in Warren, Michigan. To complete the picture, Cadillac rents its wind tunnel from Toyota's former F1 complex in Cologne, Germany, one of the best in the world. It's an ambitious global setup, a fusion of American leadership and European expertise, built to compete on equal terms with Formula 1's elite. And that matters now more than ever. Formula 1's boom in US has been extraordinary. 3 American races, sold out crowds, and a wave of new fans.
I wish they could, I know because Las Vegas is home for like all the rich people and stuff. I wish it was somewhere else though. Like Austin's solid, Miami's pretty solid. Like, leave a comment below, what state would you want a Formula 1 race? If you live in America or if you live in the world and you know really good well the Americas. Or just USA, what state would you want an F1 race to be at? Leave a comment below.
It's covering the sport. But until now, the country hasn't had a team to truly call its own. Cadillac wants to change that. Backed by General Motors, they want to position Cadillac as more than a luxury badge, as a symbol of American engineering excellence, capable of standing toe-to-toe with Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. For General Motors, that's the dream. A project that doesn't just win points, but wins hearts. Because if Cadillac can turn national pride into global performance, they won't be just America's team, they will be America's Formula 1 legacy.
Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Please go check out Formula 1 Addict, link in the description below, and have a blessed day.